is the only person from the New Patriotic Party who was able to look straight into the eyes of the MPP, the Attorney General, the government, Akufo-Addo, and Obi Akatom say, sir, dear, we are mobile idea. The MPP will totally disagree. And then Juma, to keep over as the President of the Republic of Ghana, it's extremely difficult for you to even prosecute the NDC people. It has exposes the New Patriotic Party. Who your NPP ness would do you know why? And I'm really surprised and shocked. And then the is serious. MPP for a press conference catching it say, a lot of tips are HSS Japano, and I'm saying at 2 force and NDC delegation. I will be MPP paying for some cocoa who at your friends, my friends, or for damage, and they are the most of Mokako Pacho, so I'm for the SCBN in Ghana for issue number. This was the communication of the MPP. Then I'll make the press conference with some Wotowoto. Idea is a defeating statement to the New Patriotic Party. Look at this particular person as a breadwinner. Naka, Yachin Dinatum. So I issue LC Kakeo, Yachin Dinatum. I don't know Mokako Fadiaban. Shall we see a story of chief director? You pass through the ranks and fast to become the chief director. Meeting, every minute Biana air correspondent Biano. The chief director was part of the meeting. All of the technical know-how, never. Me say, as someone an Anekano, Ejo Nyanya Dajin can book in Jasma Yakano Dia. So Mosaka, they no more penny we are. They are going to use and damn them. One, Chairman Sabus. Open Papa Kone Nibre, Anna all pushing for this kind of agenda for Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. It was Chairman Sabus. Boy, end this in Nasa Wood forget about going to court. Some more call for Sabia, Yatua Berry, Nubiria. Massa, me say, some more NPP and this Libya will tell me on the phone. No more High Court, Appeals Court, Supreme Court judges appointed by Akufo-Addo from 2017, basically 2024. I rest my case.
Now truth will kill me because Sawusi will be a minister of finance. Nese ministry be Edine Yabano establish LC Manwa. Now Kasadia, any more ministers na motiwana mu heli sayid. Mu hweni.
Ana we be a bibi wo mo wonim.
Well, but I'm telling you, my reading kakra, and I'm just saying, in principle, Sawuka James said, after forcing, causing financial loss to the state because he established an LC for a ministry. It is not his responsibility to check, say, it is the responsibility of that particular ministry. I will establish an LC on his behalf to check what you say. Media, Mrs. Who you sue and no as causing causing financial loss to the state. I disagree.
Okay.
Me must state my position. Me nimsu ochina be yami. Me nsuro. Aka. Eni yako. I am not against Obi Awam this can no. But the quality alpha so me I've always had a problem with causing financial loss to the state. So I charge, you know. Honestly.
Favorita, I do it. A war. To honorable Ken. Obuoni can the Japan Buni. Oh, honorable contact was say, I send dump him early, mid school.
Yes.
Common sense should tell you, say your fa, Subu mine. O per se or man, on quas resera. I was say, be a lot of industries, tourism, and now Richard Jacqua Casey, at the case at 2 4 Richard Jacqua Casey. I'm not going to loyal. But what now or man FM? Why you say a NDC and Nukutum was say common sense to tell you, say, Nippano establish a letter of credit and a demand. Nothing, health ministry now also almost require due diligence. MPP for super, but can was say, maybe can or make a say TMU, but and court of appeal by majority decision 2-1 say. And confirm you or some money bonibia. When I take a man, I say acquitted and discharge. You acquitted on your side discharge. I was here. Franco later, and I have for on our can the crime compare with Japan. Nebuni, ye ton boy, as some more kind, maybe a German MPP for us one day. Got to a point here. Now a video, audio, now Bontia, a whole attorney general, a coachy. I got a prosecuting witness, the Omoka, me and Fubi by the into Keriapo, Franco later.
Shabla Sisi, uncle. Very kind, me and Chobi, and there be a message and honor and a privilege to be on this particular show. And less than an hour, and I'm one house sending me link, be catching me say, already did a Castley at 2 force, on it already did a Richard Japa. And by far catch them said they've been acquitted and discharged. So, the castle acquitted and discharged. na che say ensama ye dia to so nyina no sha enye no kre jaw say kofie na kokko didi ujet me ka say you have been discharged when it means I chew as I be the woko was say an acquittal is a verdict in a criminal trial that the defendant is not guilty of the charges against them. A discharge, on the other hand, refers to a situation where the person is released from a criminal charge without a trial or conviction. An acquittal requires a trial and verdict while the charge does not. Shall the person what change and say? If you look at a rare friend to forcing, and of rare friend Japan, these are people, and they do say Ghana when it comes to corruption. Call my fast one, my bomb mining car. Where I say woefully causing financial loss to the state.
And yes, I quite new boy, I'm saying Mrs. Kunedu.
You're the above Victor Solomon, and the Diabo Chachikata. Woman Aqua them, Richard Solomon Aqua them. We've seen big men in the NDC. And the Orion felt J.A. Kufuor. J.A. Kufuor never says so about Chubia to. Go and look at the campaign of J.A. Kufuor, whereby he was in opposition. The kind of things that he said, it wasn't in relation to corruption, so I'm a chairman for it. But when he came into office, quite a fast way, Chini Patu, he did it. Because a man, you want a man, be you about. Thank you. I say, Obian ones will share fun. There be in Sumino. But when you saw for who's a foul, when the bar was too late for us, so share over Janef. Thank you. But so thank you. Shabu. And the idea I see. Wako fa body aba e ma career compare Agyapong menana me kan mesi akabim. He is the only person from the New Patriotic Party who was able to look straight into the eyes of the MPP, the Attorney General, the government Akufo-Addo, and obi akato him say sir dear we are mobile be die me MPP but totally disagree. He said it. Now for he was I said be what na mean na true go came me was say af or you kwamna kwatwa nya ba bi ko say asema ye kan ebia MPP for won nyina so bi o no say adabi me so makin kan mu kakra I've also done my checks, I've done my research asem we die so wo kasa ebia wo retire ato force there is a problem. So as an MPP person me ditum say there be and there we die me hu ni say ye ya emwa this is clearly a complex Agyapong. I know say yes I need set bad precedent say ebia o man minister kwan say one stamps a letter of credit and for movie. Thank you. Obusa say I didn't health ministry. Yes. We are not going after the chief director. It would take Canada. Canada was explicit and sincere, straight to the point. That be idea we are more di ato force no. O ye NPP minister na say never to now was there. A day will come. This kind of problem bit matter ba uni more. If you look at ato force mindset, he had a good mindset to help Madagana. Yeah. But Nkofo na some the ambulance ne ban. And they say no munya issue. O man no so mudi en koto. Thank you. E de ba. Chambo na kase letter of credit na dia dia. Say say LC finance ministry no establish and that's dia minister establish e dia man Nkofo say mon like say yen and ye ka say ye do magina mu. Ye na ye mo mutumi so mo nkoto ade no. Wo hwe me dey fato say wo I came. Yes. The command central market now. Can you tell Mama Messi now? And yet, Mama Prince, but and yet, I government of Ghana project. And ye Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly project. Yes. But another Ghana on the court involved. And he came a form to our parliament. Thank you. And a parliament did you. Thank you. So mine but came a project central market no. I for the came for the security. Shabu. To say we say Trump for you actually. Then it tells me say the New Patriotic Party wanted to do witch hunting. That's what me can see. Me fda me buy me to me no nyina awie ye. And before organizing a press conference, and it's organizing a press conference. What tax am catch now say? So what tell Nkofo me no nyina do asasem no court. MPP for ni case. Franko yen hwe both omo press conference to ebra.
As you may be aware, since late 2021, the Akufo-Addo government has been persecuting the minority leader in parliament, Honorable Dr. Kisel Atuforsin, over the purchase of some ambulances by the Ministry of Health under the erstwhile NDC.
Parliament, and has on several other occasions stated it as a condition precedent for the cooperation of the minority in parliament. This pressure stems from some warped and baseless logic of the NDC that the Atuforsin's prosecution.
Yes.
And then before they
and Shaibu, that day I listened to a saying critically. I listened to lawyer Frank Davis. And you see, NPP forward, they be so much in they just have some years. Sometimes they try to do as if someone catching him there for
the custodian of brains.
May say, go and listen to the Nabi, the evergreen lawyer. The Debe. Tell my offer Frank Davis to come onto the podium to come and explain matters. The kind of hype I know the Frank Davis, you know. I thought about Panebano. He's going to point the NPP, NDC, bring evidences, and he says, Adabi, where the Japa, and O'Brien, the out of force, I didn't know my we have to go to jail.
Case out of force.
Yes, Mr. T.S. answer no more can. And that's Frank Davis. What I'm saying, the reason why remember, I'm saying, the reason why the NDC delayed their press conference, they say, NDC for no they wanted to make sure so many doctor tape
no more doctor tips.
Thank you. And then the moment delay. But NDP also told us some of their press conference around 3. They came around 4:30. Then an NPP for so way.
And you came with empty hand.
Me say,
and before they came with tips.
The NDC came with tips. No one tape, tips. Series of tips. On Omobobia that day, I said Unkacha wasn't a lawyer, but he was able to go into the matter and explain to the journalists over the Snabi. Say the Nipaleka. He explained to the ordinary Ghanaian. Shabu, the NPP forces the Omodia buy. As we change to Munzi. Shabu, I have a problem. My problem say, why is they say after that to force issues are else in you know? Nipa no dear Jamuka say ambulance near Papa Yanko for ambulance in Marano. Why is the NPP not going after that person? I don't get it.
That chief director.
I don't get it. Yes, your friend is Sylvester Animana. I don't get it. The chief director, a minister, when it gets to some certain kind of issues, you people with technical people, they come out. They explain matters.
Even with the MMDC,
yes,
ministry,
connecting directors.
You were technocrats. Momo Jumana said, yes, or may I pay you, yes, or like said, my civil service for, will be a engineer, will be a planner, yes, will be a one tax, yes, see a bus here, and for 4 yes, Anthony Health Minister, why no chair say, ambulance will spec way and your pet,
Shabu, Missy, almost holding now. If you have found so right for not to force it, else in India, it's not the duty and responsibility of to forcing to go to Dubai and buy for ambulance. And say he wants to see the specification of the ambulance.
Franco, where even the ministry apart from Dutchman, or background of education, yes, out the education ministry or not. Napono education, he from a medical background. Yes, you will be a while. The background are different from ministry, yes, because I say you were technocrats, I'm gonna have one.
Yes,
I'm gonna hear you, man.
The sound go forward, and I catch more technical expertise.
Yes,
tell me, more Shabu. Nipano or no, and the chief director who have the technical expertise. Before some more issue else in Nano, he was part of every meeting that went on.
Yes.
Sandy Panetti again, I say, Sandy Tia, yes, about editing the video. Me no many him home, and your Austin Juma. Near say a quack camera near Quacotono. Then we summon Austin, Papa, a meeting. May say, you know, your friend Austin, your boom. Austin, I say, you know, now me, my quack pay Elsie Diaba. Yes, Sandy, I'm going for Elsie the Bio. Me, mom, say to me, I don't get it. Nipana, Shabu, Nipana, or your chief director. Or what a lot of experience and exposure, or what technical abilities about the issue. Why are you not bringing the person in?
Oh yeah, letter of credit. Say, what is letter of credit? Yes. A letter of credit, yes, is a contractual commitment by the foreign buyer to pay once the exporter shipped the goods and present the required documentation to the exporter bank. Yes. As a proof, yes, as a trade finance tool, yes, letter of credit are designed protected both exporter and the importer.
It's simple.
And you know what I say? And an ambulance here, there, I have 3 ties, I have 4 ties.
Dabi.
And a letter of, and yes, go.
Dabi Tishabu. Only technical expertise. As my can, it falls in the technical expertise level. Me my issue else in every. My quack else in India, but my way.
And I even issue said from the background say, well, you're deputy minister of finance.
Yes. And you see, let's be explicit. Tama, or you see else, you know, who is sure you have to get approval from your boss.
Yes.
Sometime, Tom copy more court. Said Takpa say, yes. Only didn't come out. I'm almost said Takpa the man coin said he should issue the LC no farmer ministry of health for.
And the more we catch in a category. Set up in corner or my authorization.
Thank you. What's one or no at the substantive minister or no the man who kind. So already being at forcing and issue else no more fan call fast cars in the family. Maybe Sassam Shablessi. If you're near, why is the Minister of Health also working free? That time, the Minister of Health, no. Our J2 Musa say a fast no man. Why is he also working free? Because it falls under his jurisdiction. Yes. And you ever say, to force more problem. The meaning say if you look at the Ministry of Health, or someone need due diligence. And that's what I want to say. So someone need due diligence. Why don't you go after them? And witch hunting. I work with her. Obaka MPP for catches or mobile, or my NDC for be to okay. Or my catches NDC for be bokrono. And so I want you to read something for me. About the someone say the MPP for any witch hunting. Casa. Read it for me. What's it?
We need evidence to prosecute corrupt official and another.
Yes.
About the President Adam Kufuor says concrete evidence is needed to prosecute former government appointees said to have engaged in corrupt practice. According to him, it is enough to accuse and prosecute someone on grounds of corruption allegation if there is no evidence as such.
The NPP in opposition told us the NDC for Bokron. Or once man or more kind of opposition, whether it was true or not, Ghanaians had confidence in them. NDC for Bokron, NDC for their two. The time they were doing camp, they didn't talk about evidence.
President Kufuor on your lawyer.
Shablessi, Mr.
Someone who can know him say, oh,
1 year, 1 year, some no. The NPP in opposition told us, say, Omoba, or I NDC funded because NDC funded Bokron. What I said, I'm a lot of evidence or evidences. Now we don't know. And Debbie Kase, I didn't want to assume a position, you talk anyhow. But who assume a position, the relative will hate you. Who better take it over as the President of the Republic of Ghana? It's extremely difficult for you to even prosecute the NDC people. Shabu, what you are saying, Akosuya? It has exposes the new patriotic party.
This year NPP are too afun.
What's it?
What too afun? And only are too from a cop by a nam one. Nanya too in a former. A morning every day.
Shabu, Miss Ayan Guasam Naban. We NPP Nasa Wuti Mayan Guasam. Do you know why? Shabu and Kasamba and Ghana first. You look at the merits and demerits of the matter.
And for buy, Nipa couldn't pay much bachelor. I was a mammy, master of mine. What's on as well? But the mustn't. Oh, that's what we say. Oh, yeah, I just remember. Yeah, why not? Shabu, when I saw it. Oh, Shabu. Why not? I didn't saw it. But Shabu, Shadi, you say, Jane Ghana, you should be Ghana first. Let's forget our political witch hunting and it's animal. Jerikai, the NPP created a certain kind of impression, say, after forcing any papa, ye Japa, or Moya and Kofua, or Mia Mamboyefo. This was an impression. Now, if you look at issues at a course or one, or Attorney General Becca said, Richard Japanakura will name no name come up, they pass it through a certain kind of lawyer, be a judge, and don't call like judge be fee, Honoku, you could do among common and sound no man. The NDC came into the picture to come and expose him. Yes, I feel quite almost they should go and look for someone when it comes to technical or treatment, who said there be a doctor tape, a be a call, be a sound no man. This was the MPP. Shaibu. And I'm really surprised and shocked. And the other is serious. Franco, the SC, dear, as some ne can't check Ghana for going for into the election.
Me, what's here NDC for Libya? One, almost say the main motive of Akufo-Addo, and say he wanted to make sure say Papa Ebechina too. Ye chini tuma, then the NDC as a humble boy mokakra.
No more cause be on pardon.
And it's no.
Now also I can say we pardon. I guess it be my best way.
Thank you. Then secondly, Sanke Kotia NDC. That it means that the NDC is a corrupt party, whereby their minority leader, when he was a deputy minister of finance, at to force it, obligate you also our Kazatia ban is corrupt. To send the party Jiju. And Shabu, I did about what who say. Whereby, if you look at that time, MPP 4 catches so, and at the Echo Cosono, or Mocromia and your magic cross on person by cancer. And yes, some never want MPP for Intiminka. We have almost a more series of tips. Some more tips now. And this is for a bonus and a man found court. I'm provided as evidence. May say, MPP for a press conference catcher say, a lot of tips. HSS Japano, and I must say, I to force a NDC delegation. I be who MPP paying for some cocoa who at your friends, my friends, go for damage. And you could father most of Mokako Pacho, so I'm for the SCB and the Ghana for issue now back at Castle. This was the communication of the MPP. Then I'll make the press conference with some table. One man, not just a single tip. And it tells you such idea is a defeating statement to the new patriotic party.
Na Franko, we are America crack. I'm the cabinet 4 months. They are called October. MP for me to change this for the building.
Oh, what you want to do? Nipa na person or channel na near escape goat. Nipa na person or channel to be fear and panic by NDC mono. That person has been acquitted and discharged.
Because Kinsa to force and Naka. On do a man to come to
Shabless.
On what my agent was Janet.
He was not just discharged. He was acquitted and discharged.
I saw your bonnet.
And then who know? Just say sentence said your bonina, your daddy will come if you call only Japamon Conco Pemba Infantina. And look at the NPP, the kind of things they said about these people. Omokan samo in a Japa, Japania, your friend is a to force it, and I to force it, obey them, and I to force basic, and I to force basic. Go and listen to the NPP at that time. Legal brilliance of the NPP. Or more, I say, because of party or master party spectacles, instead of the person to say the truth, Nippon said they be mean canoe.
A lawyer Martin Kibu, a renowned lawyer, was say a judge in you go for damn me. Attorney General, yes, one funny in the human to one. I shall not see me. Many girlfriend of them and come and resign that can never talk and come and resign. Or be no before serious be. No, tell any if an Attorney General can call someone to coach the person. So Okwa could not that can deter to this one. It's not a simple matter. So somebody can don't joke with you too. See it here. One a month for good prison, a month for good sales, I would doubt your fault or down. Mr. Nano, so I will pay acquire. Now I told I acquire a bubble we if anything. Double we. What boy? Ah, Richie that you. And if I say, Christian that you. One side in Nipabina as a prison, so Muscamco you. Or me a figure the credit. Or Coco prison. You can listen to someone's story on Side. Now, rap woman Nipan. Frankly, Ghana had it. I done a brand to be free. A seven for I got a dim thing. Sean Paul says, I Sean Paul. What's what Chen? On not to change as a day. Casse, Utian Samna, acquire say. I don't change the answer, no. And I saw the police for lawyers for in the building because you didn't call man, high court. Your bought from the best question your two. Shall we just make catch you? Ghana, minute by a Kobinas. You could do police station, yes, or a sovereignty, yes. I dear police for a poor money, mother. And the fastest sovereignty can buy the would be man. Almost why I catch you. So there's sanity. And to Unimo left or right, she a police in it to me quite will be said. Would the Cassa Ucocotra, Cassa Woody for now, young Cabimo. Yeah, sentence of police into me Cabimo. But police will say, or obey you from prison to court, from police and to court, and you must go and listen to Japan Attorney General in common with you. The Attorney General is telling Japase. Kona kwakase ukakase Jakwasa makuma ne madwe ka chemsa de na me kwa kwen so kasa menya e bone wo se e serious man peni se men try me fa menya me fa ntum shabu me say listen to the Attorney General tio Attorney General is the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice. He is a minister of injustice. Also, I'm telling you, he is a minister of injustice. He doesn't think about the welfare of Ghanaians. He doesn't think about the welfare of the ordinary person. Can you power law school what Benjamin to rise up to become Attorney General Yadi Ketwo? O call law school and Kawobano. Can I say to me not money of dooms I deal with some the yes shall not a shall cock of them one. Make me when I'm going to me repent me, mammy won't to me. And the and at this Attorney General, she poor Hannah police for say, yeah, quack seek advice from the Attorney General Department about. None what wait. None what they were. And I'm more catcher is a special prosecutor say. When it gets to my minister, my friend say, I've not a pa issue. No, we forwarded the mother Attorney General. Said the Attorney General to bring his input, and I laughed over it. The mama said, and they say, Mammy, when the Attorney General now 7 to 8 years, can the woman or the man look straight into the eyes of the minister and say, "So the What mean for them?
because omunya ye namfo for omunya ye abusuafo and akufo ye clearing agent no it's always clearing people
or say adena de ube free mu na attorney general my advice say yemfa nko
letter na buy no and Shabu
what can say what's attorney general onye minister of the
or a minister of injustice not justice. I'm telling you he's a minister of injustice. You can't say justice out here. Justice there should be a free and fair manner. You should be truthful, you should be honest. I deal with the McCain kind character knows the derby. Shabula CC Nifo, Derby, me MPP ni. Because I say me dear M1.
So I told you if you are seeing coaching people, minister of injustice.
Ato Forson is a breadwinner of his family. Ato Forson is a breadwinner of his constituency. Ato Forson no ko me matter adwuma ko payo. Adwuma ko pa no education director for be case. E ho na no o mind sir language sir. Ya yi for no ko school, we ba for no ko school ho no. Matina adwuma ko be 2 years. Minim besiase minim enya ho nyina. He's a big man. Look at this particular person as a breadwinner.
Oh my minority leader.
Na ka ya chindi na tum. Se wa issue else kekew. Ni a chindi na tum. Na nke ne aba be kan ho. We ye kasa papa fan ho ye wie no ye kum no. Do you know the kind of people who have gone through pains because of obi a leader? We because they be na ban power. I'm taking this kind of decision at the expense of the ordinary Ghanaian. Shabu, who ye NPP minister da unyame ase? Ade we kebet met you be
MPP minister na ban was some break 8 na and get out to force the coach to o manya o samba now no ya also was under nyame ase
we ka sam kire
on so as on nyame ase
da nyame ase
ade
hwe ato force tama na o deputy finance minister no it ended in 2016 meboa 20 na was saying
2017
thank you on the 6th of January
yeah
and it was 2024
yeah
almost 7 to 8 years ni they are trying the man.
Yeah.
A bit maba so be a MPP MP and the Kufuado. The person can also issue a letter of credit to a certain kind of ministry. And once and beba. You better say the side also your child what to.
Said that two packets here will be issue letter of credit, one revoke here.
The American say, oh yeah, MPP MP and now Minister de Unyami Asishabu. And yes, I'm carrying community dinner so can say, who issue letter of credit as some bar. What issue letter of Kenya and Quebec? You don't have any idea about the number of MPs and ministers and the Kufuor on Quebec.
Before my issue letter of credit.
Yes, Shabu. It is not their duty and responsibility to say my issue letter of credit. And the change should follow the ministry to the end. But you should go and look at the specification. And then the duty, no. The duty lies with the minister in the sector. The duty lies with the chief director. Some perform more technical know-how. That is a duty and responsibility.
But Franco, as a debiano, I perceive fighting corruption. Yeah, the nearest ministers and so. Me what the technocrats only deep on
me say, if the NPP is not going after the chief director, just what make actually. The chief director is one person who have a lot of exposure experience. I don't know more Fadia. Shall we see a story of say chief director? You pass through the ranks and fast to become a chief director. Meeting, every minute Biana corresponding Biano, the chief director was part of the meeting. All the technical know-how, technical input, Ameba, and other two. You will be this minister for Agri. Brian Champo, Memen Chaki is a doctor, cyber security. So when it comes, maybe the technical aspect of forestry, technical aspect of agriculture with him. And it was uncle for good them technical so be more 30 years commission for Mr. Chief Director so be more 30 years 40 years. Me, I want to tell you one thing. Everybody be communist be or PSA Yana Shabu. Chief Director didn't conform the letters be brothers or honorable. Just was signed contract when he was hey. Mon femme cause some fan film so called. I'm with some Jimmy. Tell me I'm a team office be an pressure me so no. Mon father and mamma making kind. Momo say me community no. What the abasa me can me cause that's a problem be woman. Momo to hold me about me. You haven't seen the mindset of the minister.
When him Saturday, my member Dr. Matopoku Pempa. Okay. Come on now or education minister. Okay. What say? Technocrat almost no. Oh hi about 5 no. No the crack biaba. Yes. What's the way they say certificate of agency minister kind. Yes. And was normal minister mistake himself. What can first 2 pages. Yes. No can like be at 3 pages. What's in one as me say minister catch say master take it away so enti am say we NPP MP na nya we minister da onyame ase enya sa o kire bit mabasa wutifie aban na gu e bia tifie be 4 to 5 years then a certain minister comes on board e bia he's going through contracts no bit makas
Shabula CC issued an LC. Edema Ore friend Austin, so on Concoto camera and family. Austin camera no control the buy. It doesn't meet the specification. Sadia will Shabula CC no issue saletano. Young Concoton family. Ungesi. A man won't force Radia Papa. People doesn't want to involve themselves in the uplifting and development of Ghana. Because we be all year, dear Bianis Rose. Some issue at the end of the month. That's what Chelly BCA. Me mom never bet Chemi de Miako. Why is it say Nippon of mere technocrats? They are now going after them.
I quite a Franko. I call courts na be a surety.
Yes.
The main suspect, Onyani you. Main suspect ni Jania. And a surety in your call pen to suspect.
Yes.
But suspect no. Ya jai NH surety.
Men tell some nasi.
Me koto the Franko na be dimagine.
Yes.
Say ma mutua Franko so ba betua. Me nyane ne tata Franko.
Asabe se mentibida. Mentibida. Who is the chief director?
What you know patch say man nipa ko di nipa gina mu. Do jai nipa no be ball the bosiano and gina mu ni do be gina mu.
So when you wait chantina. When you wait chantina. Why are you not going after the chief director? So I'm asking a very simple question.
I ambulance and bullion van. And your bullion van going to be a commodity of my finance ministry. I ambulance I health minister.
Why are you not going after the health minister? On any department, on any sector, or not any baby. Why are you not going after him? But you're going after someone on only any expertise over there. I don't get it.
So how we know? Any person of Pata? Any Aaron? And also, Apa sama mai.
First of all, oil hinikasi. Nasembia Okabia Mekasa. I have to choose my words carefully. He's not a politician. The way I address politicians, he is a separate entity from them.
Me feel the be at the inter also by Makaria because of full penny dinner. Of full penny dinner. And one with them also there. Second way, a political I can't find one.
And I may partner say, Wabam,
yeah,
one so the Nidia. But first of all, what's Yenana? Nancy more can say a rubbish. Yeah. Or say rubbish. Or partner say, if you look at the Padia document now, a rubbish. You say rubbish, garbage, refuse, scrap, trash. And to put here and another person what say, if you look at this Agyapong document, it's a dream, it's a fraction, and your idea so people should try to throw it away.
But some penny say, I send me near dance, they try some for every dance you. But you call your punk chroma, dear. Oh, Shine documents and Safama for Boston.
Meno, I wanted to give Nana the benefit of the doubt. Because if you look at normal goodness, Ope, you too for him for Kessia, Wagana, he is part of them. He's may open about quite respect him so much. Wakam. Also, Antino won't send me. The woman I bet you about could be about the family son of Manoman. Hey, or a real summer country. Other says, I Gonya, Yabonga. Matter says, or say my issue. While Pamana Masma delegation, must almost as up Pamsu, what you said, we have a basso shadow. So if you look at what's saying, not some no kind. From a distance, I wanted to understand what you wanted to see. But so far as our car say, a fiction, a dream, a imagination, a garbage, a trash, a scrap. The meanings of reading. Okay. Just what making okay. Yet, meant to mean can't someone found for Shaibu. Men like I say a reporter speech. But so far as I go deep and says, as someone walk up for Shaibu, a scrap, a rubbish, then meaning say, I know you inside out. Yeah. means asam na ye kan e bia wonu asam say the city one nana say almost say achemfo nana got it wrong. He got it wrong. And now achemfo nyane ye kan. Yes, a section of the achim people,
achim mafias.
See when nana nti asam yi. We are not saying say achemfo ni now. A section of the achim people. And ebia you can be the paramount chief, you can be the king of achim. Ebia you read this kind of book, you have no idea.
And you achemfo bi kompa akufo da mamu no o mani nje ho. Go me ka say nana of akwamu fie say. Oh, issues with how
nana dey so dey work kwatiri. Nana dey so work kwatiri. The former minister for works and housing, Atachia.
Yeah.
Go and ask why Atachia was removed as the minister for works and housing in the second term of Akufo-Addo. Go and ask yourself. It tells you say, and no one now person he wasn't happy with it. Now what say the Nana can and Atachia say, oh no, he has gone through this kind of document.
All say Atachia he was a potential Ochehene.
Sir,
he was a potential Ochehene. Now say was on an inyo ho.
He was uncle for. We make out side women in you.
Compare him.
Shall Ebiana. And you see, shall baby because this kind of a Japan document. If you're not a technical person, if you don't understand the nitty-gritty about politics, you are not one person who can go back into archives, read what has happened years back, try to collate into this. I question the Bible amount and now Quran amount. Now Ebia unye shake and Ebia unye pastor now on the Bible I say. Over kind of about 3,000 years won't tell you say.
But Nana, so if he was able to go through the Japanese document, and you said Nana said he was who brings you.
What am I? And I may patch say. Eben Maba say Bianana. Ebia himself now way. But when it comes to politics, deep one, in depth one, Ebia no this idea. And
I be kind of one.
Good. Secondly, every kind, you know, because of the technical things the woman won't tell us. Me say, Sabuku, who bet me the money pama 100. Maybe only 1% of the 100 can go into this book.
So I say, man for be yeah, man say hope say.
A surface.
I Captain Samantha mo.
A surface.
But so bit man a bit more correlate na man ba si so there.
A surface.
Franko the hit anko.
A surface. Unless you follow the political arena for a long time, I didn't know more can. You have to go be a bit 2000 a bit 1990s and suddenly you bring it on board and you see it. Shabla Sisi, if you look at this, Nana, I'm going to present about 5 or 6 cases to him. Or no one can knocking who then. And say whether it is fictitious, whether it is illegal, whether it is fiction, whether it is an imagination or it's a reality. Whether concordant.
Until I hear you are a president who I didn't say me say no and I say okay.
Yes.
But send some season na Akufo-Addo. What moments we be.
Me say obi a o tie ye bia na
Akufo bi di boni
Shabu obi a o tie ye bia o ye close to Ochehene. Me I'm not close to him. But the person should give us this opportunity, this privilege. Offer video and send no. Nana nankasa mtinas dinyon. The kind of revelations that you are going to bring on board, whether coincidence or not, it is happening in Ghana. Shabu. One, what did the Debia Mekata almost say? If you look at Akufo-Addo, he's the rebirth of JB Dankwa.
Omanka the rebirth of
Secondly, Omanka said the rebirth of Edward Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo did Papa Dino. But Akufo-Addo opened offer. Thank you. JB Dankwa do Penas and Chain Bibia. Now, one, pay 2. Bakwabo. I'm say, although the Ashanti group within the current NPP is gearing itself to take over the party after Senate tenure in 2024, it will be ideal if we could work to bypass them with hard work. We could work to bypass them over to a non-account person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover project. Shabu, going for this kind of internal elections. If you look at elections here, of course, we are now Santifano who wanted to be the flag bearer of the MPP Abuami. One, Kofi Kunadu Preku, Kwabeji Agyapong, Kwadon Safwa, why be
also Fiyakutu,
and why?
No, my 7.
Yes,
yeah, almost 7.
Yes, Shabu, this is the only election. Internal elections. Internal elections, you get call and you get big men from the Jubilee House doing campaign for Dr. Mumba.
And what you kind of say, a woman say, as a Nippon Asante, a per se, almost a MPP.
Thank you.
A Akufo-Addo term, yes, a Benaway 2025.
Yes,
near Betimia, yes, yeah, dear Betimi Bia, a massa 2 million open, and through a monster, never come Obia, who free stream, Nasa Breno. ana yes you share ahye no ye betimi adi so faso na yes abi take over the party.
Thank you. One hana o maka no ordinary.
Yeah.
Me ba be kan de bi e banking sector. E ba be si so ma e bodin wo ho. That no na na o mo pen no. Ye bodin wo.
Okay.
So now if you look at this document, they are very smart, very strategic. Almost say it will get to the point. The Ashantis and the Akans will try to take the party. But to play is safe. They are going for people who are Asante for. They are going to play with them.
Yeah. As
if said they are part of this kind of agenda. So they are more penny they are going to use and damn them. One, Open Papa ni breye ana o pushing for this kind of agenda for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It was Chairman Sabusu.
Juma ne Chairman Sabusu
yes.
Chief of Staff ma me free more party. And so
Bono.
And you know and the free more power Bawumia kan.
There's a problem.
Free say o small boy abeda da me. Ma me ma mpem with the manimonyam. Ma Juma me be other running mate da. So that Chairman Sabusu. So they have been used.
And Chairman Sabusu. If you go to Bekwai, second deputy speaker of parliament,
Joe Wise.
And then young
Joe Wise is a good of in the Japan. What can the presidency for time?
Thank you.
Because you are promising with the vice president.
And we are in every on the Asante 40. Cross and Wasante, same we here. On we are in every year. Look at me, uncle for me very high. I don't know where I who need deep, you never get them. Now, who is spearheading? Who is moving with Bawumia to every location?
Come on, Japan. Asante.
One.
To feel say or can we part. Now I'm the presidency in Nigeria and I'm a chamber in
the shadow. If you look at about 6 Ashantis who wanted to be the flag bearer, this kind of people work extremely hard in making sure say no Ashanti or Akan person will become the flag bearer of the NPP. The project will be obscure to a person who is coming from the northern part.
I'm a child. And they be watching them there. What the President about the Asante?
Yes.
He gave Asante region 9 or more than 9 cabinet ministers. And why I going to say Asante region, my development there, and Asante region.
The problem never
cabinet minister.
Yes.
But President so me here. Oh, just say one day instruct say any kind way, you for development. And to make my more cabinet minister 9 not open there. But my mom way, what the Amakwata. Ato Rose Ministry or the Kanufara to Finance Ministry. Hey, release come but yet, ye be blame say and a president for the one near Santaman bro or my 9 cabinet ministers. But on a I said, what one of the Ukraine,
they're very simple. Member cabinet positions, but they are very, very sensitive.
Yeah,
but be a one progress this kind of one. Remember, call for the vessel, and it will be very difficult for you to go to.
They will tell you something for
me. Any member say Finance Ministry, any road minister. There's nothing you can do. Shabu,
Franko,
or change it. Okay. Shabu, permit me to go into the banking sector for you.
Okay.
What say? The mother and the Bank of Ghana.
Okay.
Control of the mother is essential to the control the industry. So far, the head of the mother and the first deputy are strongly aligned to our cause. You can't.
What say? Bank Sika Crab and a Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
That is Sika Crab about time.
Yes.
See to me, this one. Like I can see it. Sika Crab, yeah, so. And I say first deputy.
Yes.
And
yes. Second deputy.
We also
yes. But if also the governor and the first deputy are in bed with them.
Or we can say Penimpa, that is. Bank of Ghana,
yes.
Governor there, or paying the bar point. The deputy no so. But second deputy there.
Thank you. Almost all your bar. Now if you go to Bank of Ghana, governors no. Nipo di kan Dr. Ernest Addison or Bema.
Yeah,
thank you. Dr. Maso Opoku Afari or Bema. Third one, Dr. Elsie Adwo Awozi or your bar.
Into what Maka said. Second deputy or your bar, Ababe Sisu.
Almost say onye a discomfort more, one part so onye problem more. When it gets to promotion, now say a group one as Addison, the time crash. Now could follow a man contractor because of what GDA or Mr. Maswell Opoku Afari, they will promote him to be the governor. But Obano, because the woman is not in bed with them, I'm going to have a sign on I'm not maintaining the position.
As second deputy,
I said yes.
Second deputy, but first deputy, you go for be for a bit.
Shabu, what say? Now, replacement of the first deputy in such circumstances will not be promoted by promotion. the second deputy in the row to the first. Rather, a strong Bamian loyalist.
Or say be a governor, no?
Yes.
Echo.
Yes.
Now you be a second deputy, no?
Yes.
Echo a governor.
Yes.
What say you go for beer? Why a strong Bamian loyalist?
Yes.
Near the best staff, a second deputy, no?
Yes.
Then the question first deputy.
Thank you.
I brought Barnett to.
Thank you. Shabu, was it this is in line with protecting the legacy of Nana? Could enable us to step aside and further alienate the Kufuor fashion? You can't say alienate.
Or say
isolation.
Or say we say a quiet a bit more fast one. You bet me a diabo a Kufuor na namuntu na nesa wo twato. Na yesa adwe na ya amaya kwanya ye timi de Kufuor nkrofo no ya pako masinche bra omu because oba na emu fisa Kufuor line no.
Thank you. Almost say to alienate the Kufuor fashion. Kufuor fashion in banking. A GN bank and a sovereign bank.
Yeah. And a banks na omu say Kufuor time no mo nya omo and na mo piepie no GN bank we GN bank e pa ko do that but Kufuor na man adwuma man be ye wo Kufuor mamum administer and on start here and a sovereign bank and ti ma men interest that was opposite protect Kufuor fashion there ti ma men yam pam no bebe say agro no wo mu bi ba ye ma wonni bi. Thank you.
This is the Kufuor fashion. Once a man change GN bank, but who read the technical? They are talking about GN bank and sovereign bank. Now, Shabu, what's a biological children? These are banks in which we should have controlling interest. The collapse of the local banks with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother was a resounding success.
Or say, Nana don't go for the buy, you know. Where Nadwin say, you go banks in because of so musical and so. But your banks be a form of mother banks and as a biological children. Or yes, a prudential bank and the data bank of the prudential bank or no shut and count but the data bank or a Kufuor do more banks and your banks you are or many can be away there because of the step chart and say a madam a Binet NDC for bank more heritage bank and other banks.
The heritage bank, the Unibank bank. Because the heritage bank, yes. I do for a Unibank and a Unicredit. Unibank, Unicredit. And I said, we are going to money heritage and a heritage. Now, what's your one? Almost say the reason why the heritage bank was closed, they say a lot of NDC almost a Casemia on ever. Said but foreign transaction may be a data bank. Thank you. You're quite Bushan went through your data bank. Thank you. Shabu, almost say, says Cano, your friend the war fund. Now back here. When your friends, a Bank of Ghana, was doing the cleanup exercise, they needed only 4 billion Ghana cedis to revamp this kind of banks. Yeah. Banks are what distress, no more insolvency, more problems. No. Nankaskebet Misadia Mom said Ghana 4 banks or Musa Pejano was only 4 billion. Do you know say cleanup exercise? No, you will cut 25 billion Ghana cedis. Ghana 25 billion Ghana cedis. And it is almost say the NDC has been poor in coherently and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent. Or say, yes, Osha Bank here go buy na NDC 4% ka omumbra bonten nanka menka so omubu akonta yes emfa sika omudi wura mu ediku ban because Franko me ate say ko monka so omo survive sa banks na 4.something billion 4 billion Ghana cedis 4 billion Ghana cedis and na si eguru nkwa dia 27 billion Ghana cedis and as a hwia so NDC for say momfa ncheche mu pamra momfa kata say momra and what tie Japan o say NDC for because say no one tiade na see you o man demand change from Ghana for tiade surprising in this Japan document on be so much say scanner ye cleanup exercise no ideally a new 25 billion just the war fund ya bofu to be a mafia for what say the bobra to be ma say ye 12 billion in a cleanup exercise the 13 billion and the war fund in him it is ready for battle sabu chasemi it is ready for battle now sabu almost say the process led to the establishment of consolidated, currently-owned government of Ghana Bank, and our projects, a cap projects, an authority, are well placed to the total controlling interest when the bank is eventually returned to the private ownership. Or say, banks on Bomugunu, Unicredit, Unibank, and one consolidated bank. Yaya Chimfon, there was stakes be brave a woman, and it said that Chim come across a back, no cancer. What the banks and crackers send no to me, Obano, maybe a shareholders in that's a year. The first will be that's what. Thank you. Shabu,
Franco.
Now, if you look at sovereign bank condition, no, it was better than Prudential Bank.
Yeah.
That's what I make a you. It was better than Prudential Bank. It was better than the Data Bank.
Yeah.
Go and check the owner of Prudential Bank. Nipali Achimni. Go and check the owner of Data Bank. Nipali Achimni. That's what I make a you. Shabu, say, because Ghana Amalgamated Trust, a fund.
A fund.
You didn't indigenous Ghanaians. Our beer banks. Out there going into problems. I say to me, boom, Shabu Hadi. GN Bank. See, I dream that whole pass here, per se, Ghana for. Every cottage, every village, every metropolis, every city, your GN Bank.
Yeah.
GN Bank can boast over thousands of workers. Say, near break passes, especially Boa Banga or what insolvency. Nipa, the Nipa Dos, any the Nipa Nos, my parent can say,
I need the Nipa Dos, you are for Ghana for me.
Thank you. But look at this.
And I had Yama, all quite soon, my contract is coming here.
Me, Swam, Nabotre. Shabu, was say, the Amalgamated Trust received 800 million from the government to ensure that ADB, Prudential Bank in 2015 what baby a MPP for papa
yeah
then the catch so mo kwachi busia bi and if Prudential Bank kwachi they were not able to pay Prudential Bank wrote to them telling them say the Bank of Ghana has written to them so more they are coming to do audit and the audit no person mo ba be no more catch the NPP for say mo de mo ka mo first can mra no mo fan kwato account say the be ya Bank of Ghana for mo make so mo bank ano de mo ho de e ban say wie no Agyapong and Franko so many misadi no. Sir John, and then I was the other to so. Sir John say, Agyapong and Franko kunkutia because when it comes to administration,
for a going concern.
Thank you, my brother. Going concern. So come and take over. Shabu, do you know say we are there? Nipo aso ne kwaji says can they buy no?
Can for that.
Thank you.
Because now I said John, are you correct to form say Akufo Addo kwaji Akufo Nkutia. Thank you.
When they did the Kwaji, yeah, Prudential Bank, I papa. Way back.
And also Chimney.
Prudential Bank, Niku. Over the Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
When it comes to from say Bank of Ghana, they are directly under the Minister of Finance. Yeah. They take orders from the Minister of Finance. Yeah. The Minister of Finance is set by Kenu Furiata. Or did or Kwaji Busari Free Prudential Bank to play EC. Let's help them. And upon all the banks where Okoyi Prudential Bank and all districts buy. Now, Shaibu, Adia Baku Asi, Ebiana on tape, but wait a sin and wonder. Was say, Ecobank. We have two rules of entry into the institution.
Was say,
yes,
bank is Swift Ecobank. Yes. And yet Ghanaian individual bank, a foreign bank. Okay. But you are quite you know, Ecobank for the room. Okay. Now, Shaibu say, which has a seat on the board of the Ecobank Ghana by the virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompim Osafomafu, who is a Deputy Director of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the Ecobank Ghana board. Secondly, what's say? A coin back one, a coin what you back on say Ecobank. Board members no by the virtue say oh yes Senate boss no into we are part of Ecobank board no into Osafo ba from the baby e no Kwadwo Bosompem was
yes Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafo I was see pia na akodu Senate boss on say the be ya no be kwa part of Ecobank board members the team penetrate e kwa ba kwa na e chere and you know we are moving him from the Deputy Director General of Senate to become the main boss of Senate.
Now, Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafo. Yes. Now your penia be di achire. Yes. Emma Senate. Yes. But you see, also President Akufo-Addo and nam se pese bowura Ecobank no. Yes. O peja no, o ba penim pa. Edema Senate.
And a Ghana ni bia wo temi bia no. Bo goggle sesia. But the Director General of Senate. Na hwe die be yapi.
Ada di be yapi.
Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafo.
Okay.
Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafo. Asabu. He came into office in April.
And she dana go.
Me say, and na be bisa na say. Wo di asano de enye no kure. Ba asem na ACC no. Ye twa bi di adanse. Na nkasa mfa ne phone. Shabo mfa ne phone. Na omo Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafo. Kofi Shabo. The person what bo na fa check camera. Go. Na bo director Bosompem.
Kofi Bosompem.
Osafomafo.
Edi
never pan Osafomafo.
Bosompem. Edi uba de ka me.
Santu ana.
Santu.
What say?
Okay.
What
say?
Yes.
Profile of new Senate director. Hey, General Kofi Bosompem. Hey, I can't picture something that.
Me say, asema na nane ka no. E de onyanya daji nkan book nti asema ye ka no didi agro. Say read it for them. Say
what say?
Yes.
President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo on April 9th appointed Kofi Bosompem Osafomafo, the son of Yao Osafomafo, senior presidential advisor to the role of Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust Senate after serving in deputy role for 7 years. Hey, they get President Akufo-Addo buy Nana Akufo-Addo be shell as deputy because no person who pay na there man be Director General.
And the asma American. What jadi anasa unyini?
Share my jadi.
And nana say onte. Way empirical evidence.
Be anante and I will go through.
What's it?
Be an I will go through.
Papa we be a Director General of Senate. And I
know more tongue. I Ghana hotel them Rock City.
Asama American, go and do your checks. The main motive and the main reason why they brought this man, and he say he should do a lot of biddings for that team mafias. Director General now. And you know the funny aspect? The former Director General of Senate, or US of A, or could do holidays, Abba, or why and then a call from the Jubilee House went straight to him. Yes, sir, yeah, one hour, the new Director General. I'm telling you, go and do your checks. And there's someone I have a problem with someone and I can. Now, Sabu, Nana, you could pay 20 man empirical evidences about documents. I must say, reserving electronic communication frequencies for true party faithfuls.
I say,
yes,
I can say a number here. You did Juma. I want for the mom. I found FMC frequency.
Yes,
you perceive a chubby.
Yes,
Edema MPP. A man you could have done for.
I say, it is important to know that while supporting the pro-NPP media will attract their loyalty and support towards us, getting out and out party members to establish radio and TV stations will be a sure bet. Esla has been instructed by Nana through Gabi to execute plan A of this plan.
I say,
yes.
A woman say MPP, a man you could now FM station be a almost pay MPP as him, it be a Kesvin and your Kansas City media. But you were dear party for none of this. I don't know, a showman, son. South African, my papa, and the president Nana Akufo-Addo. Eddie see Austin so and I listen. Osla say what that Osla say. What unlocated frequencies and farmer and confirm free some MP before I know much MPP.
What say? Even if the original owners are willing to pay multiple of times, she is to refuse their renewal. And since dominance over money is our focal point.
What say?
Yes.
Or more yes sees the frequencies no. Say or more your margins or come to triple of scale Jomana. Me and fat frequency moment. She
is also supposed to reserve majority of the new frequencies to party members who are loyal to the Nana brand.
I say
yes.
I was say the frequencies are for
yes.
I was say Osla or baby duku. Now all the party for and your party ni bio obia. What the Akufo-Addo kasa da na beda so na beto bi say won to me.
Yes.
Alan ko pe bi that time ye ma no.
Yes.
Kede Agyapong ko pe bi ye ma no.
Thank you.
We MPP no ko pe bi ye ma ba obia o ye lawyer. Or Akufo-Addo kasa won now on Akufo-Addo kasa won mo bi so obokrampa ye fa mo.
Due to the backlash in the revocation of the radio and TV licenses, she must this time round identify party members who are already in the media businesses or those that the public sees as already rich.
Or say,
yes,
Nancy MPP buy no.
Yes.
Or more try say or more J a month for frequency. And my man for our bontel because MPP are back. No kwa na mudidi. Nti ya catch and say, so my frequency na on farmer or more ye MPP for or more system that da. Or more ye you must have a man for near the Emma.
See how ye Gabi and Chairman Wontumi are the part of Plan A, which continues till 2024. When Nana completes his 2 terms, it is important to know that KON Agyapong Nkrumah will, among other strategies, as the next communication minister, allocate frequencies which are close and can interfere with pro-NDC brands such as Class Media, Power, and the EIB platforms across the country.
What say?
Yes.
It's a nipa also your mom frequency nipa.
Yes.
I chama wuntu.
Yes.
Ene Gabriel Chedako. Na Agyapong Nkrumah. Na eke omo pese komode ko Ministry of Communication.
Yes.
Na frequency na obey issue no. One located frequency a bit more interfere with the pro NDC frequency, that Power and SYZ. When I'm saying Chama won't to me, I transmitter here. It is not supposed to be in Ghana.
Okay.
A customer transmitter. So what you want to me FM from Accra, I drew a Santa again. That to my now search it. And I interfere with SFM frequency and LFM frequency.
Thank you. Or say we experimented same with Asase 99.5, which is close to join 99.7. This is a subtitle way to fight the NDC media who may have met all the regulatory requirements.
What say? Multimedia, I join from frequency 99.7. Omo de ade bi oso mutua bo matua odim ka da ko revoke sa frequency but the end say yen ko fa asase fa mo so de ne 99.5 na da bia no omo no enframo no omo no joy for ne de ebe pima joy for be kama go gusiaga
shabu
ankureta
boame asase radio why dia
god watch da ko dia
na kan ade we I want you to look at the shareholders makai.
Asase Radio is a private-owned radio station in Accra, the capital of Ghana, broadcasting on 99.5 megahertz from Cantonment. It began official transmission on 14th June 2020. Among the shareholders and board members of the company are Gabi Ochedako, chairman, senior partner, African Legal Association. Okay, and another. Seven now, another.
And she never pay.
Okay, and I'm okay. Mahu Advertiser Association. Okay.
Me. Now a person who the owner of Asase, they deliberately gave him 99.5. I'm not sure. Reason being that they want him to interfere with Joy. They see Joy as an independent radio station. So to play it safe. For us to have issues with them now, man for one country deliberately 99.5, 99.7. Crowd out AFN is watching here one day. What? One day Asase Radio, Gabidia. One day say frequency 99.5. One day. Was it in this plan? Or more global man, Gabi, ask yourself, why would want we opt for 101.3?
In Kumasi, and or interfere with Ash FM or interfere Hello FM. Hello FM here. Ash FM 101.1.
Yes.
After 101.1, they need 101.2 because almost per order.
Yes.
To 101.3, show. You need 101.4, 101.5 Hello show. And on we all Christ station.
Thank you.
And what BM
the Shabu
and see a form
and the Asase achieving it the now read this. Kaimami, what's I?
Wotowoto Radio Movement TV start test transmission in Accra.
Thank you.
In the coming days.
How was it saying?
For say
yes.
Wotowoto Radio Wotowoto TV start test transmission in Kumasi.
And now I'm not saying Wotowoto serving about 5 radio stations.
Yeah.
Oko Tamale Obi. Oko Babiani Obi.
Western of Obi.
Yes.
And a Western region.
Western region Obi.
And Kumasi Obi. And Accra Obi.
Over 5 radio stations, 2 TV stations.
That TV station, bro. Because our movement, or billionaires, or go Western North, or Western Star, and it seems so be or 5 TV stations.
Thank you. 5 radio stations, 5 TV stations. Internet on say Japadia document no. O maka no how one. On the book chatnade, o de nya no kre. Ba asem si o twa bi di ade anse. Enti sa asem na on te ya na. On te sa asem na ekoso. Chabu. Internet na on te say Paula don't watch any Kwamsi Fakai. And I felt some year Juma di Tia Bino and Omoy.
They have been muted.
A
part of the Japanese.
Thank you. Aha. Busumi be a
2.5 billion.
Nipaba could be 250,000 Ghana cedis just to do government's bidding. And more.
And I saw with the Sadio. As I do also other say a man for be a start almost kind Agyapade.
Yes.
A mother other generals almost I want said they also take on Kwame Sefa.
Yes.
Momo so much channel so son.
Shabu. Me we am come back when I feel my sorry now because say Kwame Sefa versus Paul Adom Oche in the future. It is undeniable fact that the two gentlemen have become an institutions in their respective rights, especially in their media circles.
Or say,
yes,
Kwame Sefa and Paul Adom Oche.
Yes,
I bring a
yes.
Was say, I no cra a Chinibian Musem, and no pen Kofua, Kagana for Tio, no Muji Diomwa, and Kwame Sefa and Paul Adom Oche.
Thank you. Or say, they are undoubtedly part of the pool of great brands that the party shall fall on as we move into the future. While Kwame Sefa appears relaxed and waiting for the right time, Paul seems apprehensive anytime Sefa name is brought into the picture.
Or say, so can Sefa Koya, dear Biasa, Kokwasa, so Metan Wire. But Paul Adom Oche, dear, she a casa dear Kwame Sefa Ekanwa, and Maniji on Yahweh.
Or say, President, this appears to be groundswell for Kwame Sefa. Or say, the kitchen cabinet of Nana feels that while Paul is equally known, he has credibility issues to deal with, especially on the conundrum surrounding his withdrawal from the Ghana Law School.
What say?
Yes.
President Kufuor war pen Nana Paul Adom Oche but what Bibi Kakra of he said Paul Adom Oche can be Kakra one.
Yes.
I said Ghana Law School no quite fairly.
Yes.
I mean unity.
Thank you.
And Ama Kufuor or me a mon penny pound money some would didn't deal idea. I think it can order. Tell me I can't be.
It is established fact. Sir Paul Adom Oche when you're Ghana Law School. He's not a lawyer.
I say a man so they for
me say a established fact. When you law school, Agyapade
why so could be your fairly.
Or say in the next government, now will convince Sefa to chair the NCA or be part of the NPA.
What say?
Yes.
Sananado the second term. On this Sefa be kasa.
Yes.
That's Sefa Abia or Baba board chairman and NCA and not be part of the MP.
Yes. And now comes Sefa where then.
So or a board member is it NC or MP, yeah.
Nana want to.
What Nana want to.
And I'll kind of one.
Be another one. You're quite go through.
Was say, ain't you make catch and say, Nana? When it comes to the technical aspects, you don't have it. Maybe all kind of what kind of sake. Once I walk here, then as I want to it is different from someone who understands and says no.
Yeah.
And so, and then once the fact he's a board member of the MP.
Yeah.
They should come and tell me I'm lying.
And okay.
And then Kwame Sefa is part.
Na say A+ so be fan be man so be.
So we no kura.
So fan na hwe ofa.
This also the integrity and credibility is at stake.
Sefa kan.
Hey. Omo dey draw to me wi na nsa na ma sa motata no kura.
Is that the one line say? But adibu we are the time so cat we be exposure. Untimi.
Was it we believe that Paul is easily swayed by money.
We say kan nipa ba ko.
Yes.
Ohun sika na so obodua or pa na chita for
hence, we cannot trust him for any sensitive position.
Sir, already, what is the command? Maybe actually, and I saw the police man, maybe actually, who's the car? No, time for no crowd. And then what Paul Adom Oche, sorry, you are defending the MPP 24/7. Or more much this particular document is our credibility issues. Almost say
integrity is at stake.
Sir, or you'll be on the board, be so.
Yes.
Not so who's a scale her, maybe actually could be careful for the videos.
And you know, Gabi has agreed with Nana to move Paul from the NCA to the NMC, which he could be supported to the chair. We believe that Paul, although may not be too excited about this prospect, he would gladly accept it as a compensation for the work he has been doing for us, especially on Metro TV's Good Evening Ghana.
Almost say, Nana don't team not say, I Paul Adom Oche dear. Me am fan in NCA. But I'm fan of NMC, yes. National Media Commission.
Yes.
Now, Uncle Deputy Chair. Like I said, over here to know what you was now using the year you may present me.
Shabu,
Franko.
Was it the supersonic rise of Angel Broadcasting Network? Main kinds of administrative woman. But Shabu, a bar, Mabe Muse, Kwaku Otin was sitting on a time bomb. Kwaku Otin, he was sitting on a time bomb. Yamina didn't want for face a human oil and Shabu basically. Or that's what number. And yes, and Casima Betrono. Shabu, this is Francisca Otin must be aged from Parliament.
Yeah. Yeah, more than one free Parliament.
What's wrong? Yeah,
more than one.
Shabu, be on the catch or say anytime the president goes to radio, talk, questions he be about 95% of them on one call for a Saturday bar. Meboa.
Omane nkofo. Sanananti ya. Onu ankasa no fa so se ne ba. Akufo be pimo say every data passes through his end. If you look at the 2020 elections, open baby ba ko almost to aba party ma Akufo Addo eye kwa bere meboa onya almost 87,000 na do so almost o ma kwan o nya mo Akufo Addo say on to aba man on for so sabra be to aba farmer. And in this document one of them loyalists to run Didi Akufo Addo, they wanted them to come and take over because almost say agri akwa no ala nipa
one ala nipa entina Akufo Addo say you never saw son e dey akwa akusi
no ni asem
ballot so from what time
na me so me man sorry oh yeah NDC na say wutie mi a forget about going to court some call for say bia ya to aba wi no obi awiem oh yes oh yeah NDC ni na wu and so America NDC for the bin team asena Franko ye dia ya boa ya won san masa me say some mo ho a shabu shabu
if you are not prepared according to Franco prepare
what say the judiciary and governance in Ghana
and kwasi enye ye ba be extensively
what say considering the competitive nature of our works as politicians, there is always a need to step ahead against our opponents to secure our interests, dominance, and maintain power in 2020 and in the next 20 years.
What say? I don't know. I heard it now. The judicial and governance system of Ghana.
Yes.
What say? What share? I can't say attending ne any quiet fast bubu man or mine muna. Yeah, quiet nimuno. Near per se, ye timi etna kunyaso 2024 day ni. Or share quiet people fast or merakwamuno. You not to do
our focus as a party has always been the position of our members and sympathizers at strategic position in government and in the judiciary to cover and protect our interests.
What say? As a man you couldn't thank you. The piano was say a nipo moto my nipo mudiachino and I say shit. Your crack.
Thank you.
Now a baby do say I can't say baby dear seven attending as you ye shania di and phobia the echo say by dachi saying ya summer umit makabia by
me baby we at the bewuram back kaya ya mekama extremely dangerous sir Harry was danger extremely dangerous. We end this year, don't joke with this kind of election. Why am I doing some of the cockota? You are just wasting your time. Shall we pay this document? Or say this has served us well over the period. All the appointments made to the Supreme Court, all the appointments made to the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and some of the high courts in Ghana under our government was to promote the NPP agenda and to ensure that our country never falls in the hands of the opposition NDC.
Or say, a nipa Ghana mampin nadan kuva the boom within so monkoye atemwafo.
Yes.
Ewo or minus in the Kessie, that is the High Court,
yes.
The Appeal Court,
yes.
And the Supreme Court.
Yes.
I am cophobia, and we MPP for. Said the Bayana or Mano, and some could be end this phone same with that because they're twaba. You will you Supreme Court Amoko, ye declined at the next way because 50 slap. I talk about J. Santi dissenting. Petition dismissed. Mesra
come person become for you be there kind NDC for.
Okay.
Election petition in 2012.
Yeah.
What kind of election petition in 2012?
Yeah.
Or movie yellow. Acquires a 5 or 4-3.
Yeah.
What kind of pie check for the news of Chief Justice?
I no free. I
name your boy.
I name your boy. I am such Chuman.
Go and read the rulings. Judges in the buy. The man was straight saying, he say, like I say, we have to go for election. The man was for the New Patriotic Party. I saw make a unity.
Yeah.
And they drew on the NPP rewarded him to become the Chief Justice. I saw make a NDC. Now, if you read this kind of documents, I must say, free parliament. Oh,
it was about a haircut. No haircut, something.
It was about Supreme Court.
Is it not a haircut? It's a cap, something. Yeah, the cap better say.
Yes.
Yeah, to me, I appointed judge for an Ambrose number, bro 9, bro 10. And the NC say, what upon do something upon the Anna or my penny, the judge is beating by Anna Abambabe, my commentary. So say, yeah, the cap better so. And you can say, now, you can say, speak of Palm, and I only come commentary.
Thank you.
And I say, Maka, or say, maybe MP, so you know, say, MP Ghana.
As I'm near for the bank,
I charge you for your appointment here.
thank you. So take this. Shabu, what say Japadiana? Per this document, the NPP knows their key people who are judges.
Yeah.
That's what I make catch on. Key people who are judges. They know how to make sure that they will occupy the High Court, the Appeals Court, and the Supreme Court. And only at the top hierarchy of Ghana. What you are
court case.
Almost say,
Chief Justice.
yes.
Akufa na appointed. A bus election petition or something that say appeal court. One the constitute panel.
Maybe I'm saying Casao. And you know,
the end is for money in the polling station.
that's what I make catch on. And I say, Sadia, we are a cost this Agyapong document. Now, I want to say Chief Justice Akokachi Akufa to say they have to appoint some people into the judicial system.
Yeah. So he has phone.
NPP and this Libya will tell me on the phone. No more High Court, Appeals Court, Supreme Court judges appointed by Akufo from 2017, basically 2024. I raise my case.